Hello viewers, I'm in Girona for the Traka gravel event behind me, and I'm going to have a look around and see some of the cool bikes and setup and see how wide the tyres are and speak to the people over the finish line as well and get their experience of this gravel event. But we'll kick off with this really interesting new bike from Canyon, a Grail with a suspension fork. There are no details from Canyon yet, so I can only speculate about what it is. So the frame is a Grail CF SLX, and it looks unchanged from the regular model, but up front we have a suspension fork, and down here you can see as Canyon engineered by DT Swiss. So I guess a collab between the two brands. DT Swiss known for wheels of course, and Canyon do spec DT Swiss wheels, but DT Swiss also make mountain bike suspension forks. Not massively popular compared to Fox and RockShox, but clearly had the expertise to design a fork. And we have a reverse crown design, but what I really like is how the brake hose goes inside the crown and inside the head tube, which I've not seen before, because normally that hose has to be external, but that's internal, so I've not seen that before. And then we have what appears to be inside here a lockout lever, which is simply operated. I guess that's cable operated, so cable must go through the handlebars down to a fork here somewhere. So again, Canyon engineered by DT Swiss, and there are some details down here, and I can see it says travel is 40mm, offset is 56mm, got lockout, and down here we have a rebound adjustment there, so that's kind of cool, a rebound dial there. Quite a cool design, because normally a suspension fork is squared off with dials on top, but here it's sloping, so it looks quite cool. It looks quite and again tapered down here as well, like our forks. The frame itself, the Grail CF SLX, appears unchanged, so I guess the tyre clearance is still 42 official at the back, and clearance at the front I guess is bigger with that crown design. And the tyre on the bike is a Conti Terra Speed of 45 with a 45 on the back, so 45 does fit there nicely. So yeah, really cool bike. This bike has some other details I really like. We have blips taped to the hoods with electrical tape there for sort of bonus buttons. I like that a lot, so I might try that at home on my Crux. So that is what appears to be a new bike, or a new fork anyway, from Canyon. Again, like I say, no details on it, but as soon as there are details from Canyon, you'll find them right here on Just Ride Bikes. So make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the button down below. But from one cool bike to another cool bike, can you tell me why this paint finish? What's the story behind it? What's the backstory behind this bike?
This is, in my eyes, the spirit of gravel, the true spirit of gravel.
Okay.
And everyone goes on about spirit of gravel, and I was like, what does that even mean? I was like, for me, that's blue Subarus, gold wheels, Subaru yellow branding, foot out, flat out, if in doubt, go flat out, Colin McRae style, crash it into a bush. And I thought, yeah, I think someone needs to do a rally-inspired Subaru bike. Here we are.
And what's the reaction been like today at Traka? A lot of people interested in the bike and excited by the paint finish?
You know what? I'm actually quite surprised how much people like it. I think everyone's like, oh, I played the game when I was a kid, and which is like what I did, or they like Peter Solberg or Richard Burns. And I think everyone's kind of got like a small affinity with the blue and yellow gold wheel Subaru. And so when they see this bike, they kind of go, fuck yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. And yeah, it's quite cool, man. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Makes people feel a little bit nostalgic and maybe think about just having fun, and it seems to have worked. So it's cool.
Are you doing it to try and inspire people, or are you doing it for your personal?
It's a bit of both, you know. Like, I know it could go down well, and obviously you have a marketing brain on. It's a business, you know, but I wouldn't do anything that I didn't truly believe in. Yeah. And I'm doing something because I'm excited about it, and I want to go, nah, I think this will make like new eyes onto the bike. It's like when we took the Volvo bike to Goodwood, people like sending me messages of the car going, oh, I think I might like cycling now. And it's like, people that don't even like cycling, or maybe go, oh, bloody cyclists taking up the roads, they see a Volvo 850 T5, which they fully sympathise with, or what's the word, bond with, have rapport with, and just go, there's a bike on top. Maybe there's more to cycling than I thought. And I just want to put new eyes on the sport. Like, there's plenty of people doing loads of cool stuff within the sport. I just want to add a few more to it.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate it. And under the paint standard Canyon Grail, anything like special? Lightweight wheels, are they?
Yeah, lightweight wheels, man. I had to spray them up gold, so they're not as lightweight anymore. They're probably like mid-weight wheels, I'd say. But yeah, just like standard Bokeh set. Should have put like a 34 in there at least, but it is what it is.
Hey, look who it is!
Hey, all right.
How was it?
Grim.
Grim.
It was just flat out up the climbs, and I thought we'd recover on the flat. It was flat out on the climb, on the flat. And then we got to the next climbs, it was flat out, and then we finished.
So, the flat out basically.
Yeah.
For 200k.
Yeah.
And how was your bike and setup?
Yeah, the bike was wicked. I had mountain bike tyres on it, which definitely was good.
You've seen how the way forward then?
Yeah, it's the way gravel's going.
Okay. And the tyres are going for the...
Yeah, so I got the 50mm, ran out like 22 psi.
And the mountain bike up front.
And then I've got a Rick XV on the front, which is quite unusual. Like, you normally see a Thunderbird as a gravel tyre, but the problem with the Thunderbird is it's a bit thinner, whereas this is a bit thicker. Plus, it's got the tread on the top, so it gives you a bit more protection. So I thought for here, it's risky to run a Thunderbird or like a G1 RS. So I thought, give this a go, and ran it at 18 psi. 18 down the descents, absolutely wicked.
And I mean, you're a mountain biker at heart, aren't you? So that must help having the bike handling skills and also the knowledge about the tyres and what tyres to choose.
Just like take lines that no one else can take.
Yeah.
And like, even if you're not gaining time, you're saving energy. Yeah. Because you're smoother on the descents. So yeah. And some clearance. Yeah, this is a 2.25. I reckon you probably get a 2.35 in there. They come a bit narrower on our rims. Okay. But yeah, it's cool.
Oh, that's a chair. How convenient is that?
How was it?
That was one of the longest, like definitely by far the longest ride I've ever done, and also one of the hardest. I'm not gonna lie.
Why was it hard? The heat, the temperature, just the speed of racing?
Well, actually, so not that long ago, Sophia and I, we did Cape Epic, and we had insane heat. So this was not too bad, compared to what I just experienced recently. It was the length, and it was the punches that the course gave us, like slammed into our face towards the end of the race. Well, actually, like a lot of like really steep climbs. So it was like the course, the length, was just. And the fast girls that that made everything extremely hard. But fast girls.
Yeah, well, you're not slow.
No, I felt slow. I mean, when you're out there, I ended up like riding on my own the last 50, 60 kilometers. And when you're out there on your own, and when you're not, you can feel like, okay, now the race is really, really, I feel the impact now. And you just feel like you're going slower and slower. It's actually mentally so hard to kind of keep pushing because you have to like really pace yourself, and you have no idea about how people in front or behind how they're doing. So that was definitely very hard.
How was your bike, your setup? Any issues, punches, mechanicals, or was it all fine?
Yeah, so my bike is right here. My S-Works Crux. It's a beast. Like really like a good race machine. For the first time, I'm actually on a 50 width tire, like the Tracer, the new one that just came out recently. And I must say on this course, because it's so fast and so technical, and you hit like rocky stuff with really high speed. This tire setup was perfect. I went a little bit too low on my tire pressure for sure. So there were a few times where I really, felt the rocks hitting, and I was like, okay, now I have a flat. But I mean, that tire and rim combo was perfect, so I had no issues. But next time I'm gonna go a little bit higher on the tire pressure for sure.
Okay. How's your day? How's your race?
It started pretty good, honestly. I did the 360 yesterday, so I just wanted to do the 200 for fun.
You did 360 yesterday, 200 today.
Yeah.
So that training for Unbound, I guess?
Pretty much.
Okay.
But I cared about the 360, so I got 9 yesterday, so I was happy with. But today it was really good for 4.5 hours. It, honestly, way better than I expected.
Okay.
And then my Achilles kind of gave up, so last 3 hours I had to walk every hill.
No.
I probably should have stopped, but
Well,
We'll see.
It was smiling.
It was fun. I'm too stubborn. I couldn't quit.
And your bike, I think you got some big chunky tyres. How's your bike set up? Any issues? Is it all fine?
Yeah, bike was awesome. I like the bigger tires. A little, I don't know, there's a fair bit of the chunky descents here. And I don't know. I should probably go skinnier tires because I'm too fast on the descents.
Yeah.
And I can't hang on the climbs. But yeah, really good. 2.1 and 50.
2.1 and 50.
Yeah.
And what size chainring? You going? Is that 46 in front there?
That's 48 with a
48. Okay. And you got a customised battery.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, yeah, well done for today and yesterday.
Yeah.
How's your race?
Yeah, it was alright. It was a good day out.
Tonight?
It's hot though. It's bloody hot. Way hotter than I thought it was going to be, but it's such a fun course. Gives you a bit of everything. I think what I like is that I think a lot of the Americans come over and think that this is like gravel. It's like every now and again it's a bit of gravel. It's like full near on mountain biking. The descents are insane. You get to the top of a climb and you're like, oh, I can descend now. It's like, ooh. I've got a 50 on the front and I think like, oh, you can have a mountain bike tire. But no, really good day. The events run so well. The vibe of everyone is amazing. So.
How's your bike? How's it set up? Any issues? Mechanicals? Flats?
No mechanicals, no flats. I think I actually got the gearing quite right. I did have so I've got 44 on the front and then 11 to 46 on the back. And, it kind of worked really well. The Assassin takes quite a lot of clearance, so I have that 50 on the front, I've got 45 on the back.
Yep.
And yeah, kind of gave me everything I needed. It handles so well on the downhill. That speed on the flats as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with how we rode it.
It's quite popular having a bigger tyre in the front and the.
Yeah, I think for that stability, I think the rolling resistance on the flat tyre is good.
Yeah.
So, you know, and you need it on that downhill.
Yeah.
Like just going into the corners a little bit quicker, a little bit more skirty. It's good. No, really, really fun day out. So thoroughly enjoyed it.
So how's the race yesterday? How did you get on?
Yeah, it's good. I got 5th overall, so I was happy with that, but I was faced with quite a bit of adversity. So 15k in, I got caught up in a crash and had some pretty nasty wounds early on.
Gnarly,
this one's worse.
Ouch.
I lost my Wahoo computer.
Oh no.
Yeah, so yeah.
No Strava.
No Strava. I just made my own file. So yeah, for the next part of the race, I was just focusing on, you know, being at the front of the race and being with the front girls and getting to the feed zone where I knew I could get a spare Wahoo. Then I suffered 2 punches. Rode 100k on about 10 psi. Got to the feet, and then it was just. But I just, you know, with these races, a lot of it is like the mental game. It was so easy to sit up, but I know I'm strong, and I just had to. Yeah, I ended up with Heather Jackson, who's really strong as well, and we 2-upped and brought back quite a bit of time on the front girls. So overall, I'm pretty happy.
So despite the setbacks, you carried on, and it's like, why you should always carry on and finish, because you might still do well despite the setbacks you had. And
I think people with these races, they think if they punch, like it's over.
Yeah.
But like in a 14-hour race, it's never over.
Happen. A lot can happen, can't it? So.
Yeah.
And your bike set up all good? And you had 2 punches, so that's not a good thing. But apart from that,
oh, it's amazing. Yeah. So this is my new Dark Matter.
Brand new bike.
2.0. Yeah, I actually changed my gearing for the first time, and I'm finally found the one that I love.
So you've gone high or low? And
so I did just have the 13 speed, but I've gone for the 44 Explore with the mountain bike set.
Okay, yeah.
So I've got 52 on the back. So then it allows me to have the gears for when I'm on the flat, which was perfect for this course. And then when I'm in the mountain ranges, I can still get over the climbs.
And tyres, how wide are you going tyres?
So I've got a 50 on the front and a 45 on the back.
Okay.
To be honest, maybe in hindsight, I should have just gone wider on the back as well.
Okay, yeah.
But there were so many sections of it where it was pretty fast on the road, especially the start was on a road climb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should have played
Did
it.
you punch on the back or the front?
The back.
Oh, okay, yeah. So maybe it's like bigger tyre,
Yeah,
like just
maybe.
rent that. And then for 360, that's bottles and hydration pack.
Yeah, so I had an Apogera hydration pack and Precision Fuel and hydration.
2 big bottles, and
and
that's enough for the whole distance.
No. So I had 2 feed zones. So I started with a 2 litre pack and a 500 ml,
and then I swapped to another pack and 2 750 bottles, and then I swapped to 2 500 bottles, then 1 500 to finish.
Wow,
so quite a lot.
That was a lot.
But it just shows you just gotta like. I think also like carbs also help with your concentration, and this course had so many technical bits. And that's what I was thinking. Just fuel the brain and keep going.
Yeah. Good advice. Well, well done. What's the next race target for you? What's the next big?
Unbound would be a big one for me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So. I mean, that's only 10 hours long, hopefully, if there's no mud.
Easy. Piece of cake, yeah. Just don't have no punches, you'll be
But
right.
I've got Gralic in the UK, so I'll go back and see my family, because I've not seen them in a while,
nice,
and do that
okay.
race as well.
Right, well, good luck with those races.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hello.
How's it going?
How was it?
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautifully painful.
Oh, that's painful.
No, it was stunning if you take a minute to look up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would have killed for another gear, but
You're a bit over geared, were you? The climbs were pretty brutal, I gather.
tasty. Yeah, tasty. I'm fairly heavy, so I wouldn't say no to a slightly bigger cassette at the back, to be honest.
Yeah,
But,
maybe next time.
yeah. I felt marvellous all the way up to the second set of climbs. And then reality hit.
I hear the course quite technical, quite rough in places. How's that
It is,
for you?
yeah. Went out and wrecked a little bit of it yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a little bit enduro in places.
Okay.
Didn't get quite as wild as that. Saw a couple of people that come off. Hope they're well, but not as many as I thought we'd see, so that's good. But I'd say medium to technical, yeah.
So your bike, apart from the gearing, anything else you've changed, or are you happy to set up the tyres? You've got the big
It
chunky
was.
tyres there.
Faultless.
Okay.
Chain came off once, had to stop and put it back on. Other than that, it was an absolute dream.
You've had the bike for a while then?
Since February.
Okay, oh, not that long then.
Since February. Got a friend that works for Scott and
Nice.
liked the look of his bike, so I had to go out and find one myself.
I like the kitchen worktop paint. It
yeah.
hides.
Hides sins. Yeah, it hides
It looks really cool. I'm
all
joking.
sorts of
obviously.
sins.
I'm
Yeah, I
joking.
think it's a couple of years old, but the paint scheme is beautiful. But no technicals. It was.
And what do you have before this then? What's the upgrade from?
I was on a Cannondale CAD X, which is a 2018
Oh, yeah,
aluminium
CX
bike.
bike. Yeah. That's quite an
Barely
upgrade
any
then.
clearance, so I was pushing the limits with 42s on. 45s on here, which go out to 47, are comfortable.
Yeah.
I think this is exactly what you needed for today. The trend is mountain bike, but
Yeah, big tyres, all the
yeah, I
rage,
mean,
aren't they?
yeah, it would have been great for about 20% of today, but the
Okay.
rest probably, I would say, not needed.
Interesting, okay.
But yeah, magic carpet ride, lovely.
Well, thank you, sir. So, Ben,
Hi.
tell me, how was it out there?
It was so hard.
What was so hard about it?
The climbs, and then it was so fast from the gun, like right out of the gate. Super fast. Everybody was racing to get to that first cut off the first right where the road narrows. And the first climb to get in the front of that was where one of the main selection points. So that was like full gas all the way up that. Everybody trying to fight for position. And then the descents, you know, half the people who got up there first didn't really know how to go down the other side. So then that was a hot mess. We got through the first climbs kind of like in some good groups. But then just the flat sections from like mile, 35 to 70 was just like full gas.
Okay, yeah.
Like a big group, full gas, going fast.
Yeah.
So that I was able to hang on with that until the second kind of climb part. And then at that point it was like just burning matches and waiting to see how many were left in my pocket by the end.
And were there many left in the pocket at the end?
There was a couple left at the end,
little tiny ones.
Yeah, little tiny ones. Enough to get me through. I felt like a horse going home to the barn at the end of it. I was like, I could smell the finish. So I was like, okay, here we go.
Your experience of Euro gravel, should we call it that? How does it differ compared to what you're used to?
It's faster. I think like it definitely.
I mean, it's high caliber riders here.
Yeah,
right?
I mean it's like on the flat sections, it's like a proper road race.
Okay.
Where people are grouping up and then like kind of taking turns, and nobody smiles until the end. When you finish, everybody comes on and it's all like smiles and high fives.
Yeah.
But like on the course, it's all just like
brutal,
very serious. I try to give some like, hey, how's it going? What's up? Are you speaking like that shit?
And let's talk your bike. Obviously, you made this bike yourself.
Yep.
How was it? Firstly, any issues, mechanicals, punches, or was it all smooth running?
It was pretty fabulous.
Yeah.
I was a little bit like, I love this drivetrain. It is phenomenal. Never dropped the chain once. super, like, it allows you to shift really poorly, like late and whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of bails you out. But I was a little undergeared.
Okay.
I'm running a 44 with a 1046, and I wish I had a 42.
Okay, yeah.
It was a little hard. But yeah, no, I mean, the geometry, I was able to just flow down stuff and pass people a lot on the downhill. Actually kind of what saved me is was getting dropped on the climb, but then I'd catch back up on the downhill, and then be able to stick with a group on the flats.
Yeah. And you go on big on the tyres. What's your
These are 50s.
50s. Front
Yeah.
and rear.
Front and rear, same. Yeah. No, and that was totally the right choice. I wouldn't go any smaller. No. No. They're a little hard. I pumped them up to like 20 in the morning, but it got so hot that like they're probably at like 30 right now. They felt super hard.
It's tricky with tyre pressure though. You don't want to punch it, obviously, but you don't want to go too hard.
No, but they were great. They like I crashed in like mile 15 or so.
Look at that.
But like I just lost the front wheel, but that was my fault, not the tires. But these roll super fast. Super fast.
And one piece on the bike with pace notes on there.
Yeah.
And I just get food in there. So your hydration pack, 2 bottles.
Yeah.
That's just the standard these days.
I refilled at 2 aid stations, but this got me through.
Yeah, you brought your jersey on, man.
Yeah.
You need to stitch you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You enjoyed it? Will you do it again next year? Will you recommend it to your fellow Americans to come out here?
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do it again. I was thinking about maybe I'll do the 360 next year. At like mile 120, I was like, there's no way I want to ride another 100
Have a few beers and you might change your mind.
exactly.
Well, thank you for sharing your experience on your bike.
Thank you.
So you rode the 360 yesterday and the 200 today. I guess why?
Yes, I did this maybe the last 3 years the same, and I did it for Unbound.
Training.
It's a good training for sure for Unbound, and it's a perfect day for ride 200k.
And how's the bike? The setup all good? No mechanical punches?
No, today no. Today is all good.
The tyres good? The tyres wide enough?
Good. My arm is a little bit tired, but yeah.
Nothing you changed. You did it again for Unbound.
Nothing.
You're happy with the setup,
Yeah.
And the 2x. A lot of people are using 1x. You're happy with 2x on your bike with the front derailleur?
Yeah, but I use that. I use that because it's electronic.
Okay, yeah.
But normally I prefer one.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. And what's your recovery strategy for today? Beer, pizza? Or...
No, now I need to stay enjoy with my friend and some party for sure.
Josh, you did the 540.
Yes.
How was it? How much did you suffer? Did you enjoy it? Did you achieve the performance you were hoping for?
Yeah, it was about what I was expecting. So finished in, I think, 27.5 hours, which was enough for a top 15. I've not seen the exact results yet.
How much did you stop in that 27 hours?
Well, I checked on my my Wahoo after. It was 57 minutes stop time.
27 hours?
Probably more than I would have hoped, but I had a bit of a rough stomach at one point. So
I thought it was 27 hours and a bike with constantly pedaling.
Yeah, but it's relatively short in the grand scheme of things compared to like the ultra stuff.
Yeah, And the bike, so you're on the Mason.
This is a Mason Bokeh. I mean, I've been riding this for years now.
Okay, yeah. Not the actual frame.
No, just updated it.
Okay, yeah.
So it's basically the V3 now. So it's V1, V2, V3.
And tyre choice again, the big question today. How wide are you going? You're going for a slick tyre by the looks of it.
Yeah, well,
the Renhurst, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been using that Hutchinson Caracal, but I only had a 40mm. So I decided to try the 44s on this, and it worked pretty good.
Yeah, was it wide enough? Because a lot of mountain bike tyres today.
If there was like Hutchinson Renhurst do like 48mm and a lot of the tyres. If that was available, it would have been spot on, I think.
Okay, yeah. But if they decided doing that tread.
Yeah, but when you kind of like do a race that long, there's so many different types of terrain that at some point you're always on the right tyre.
Okay,
At some points you're always on a bad tyre.
On the right tyre all the time.
Yeah, you've got to find something that works. I mean, it would have been nice in the rough stuff to have a bit more cushioning.
Yeah.
But I had like the redshift stem on there just to kind of take the edge off.
But no, you don't go for a seat post as well.
No, I thought about it, and then I thought there's a lot of climbing, so I'd save the weight.
Okay, yeah.
And then I kind of did the rough descents and thought I quite like a shock post. So.
But then you save weight, you've got bag, bottles.
Although this wasn't on there for the race.
Oh, I see, that's just there for...
Got some stuff.
So is this all food?
So basically I had similar kits to what I'm wearing, leg warmers, arm warmers, a lightweight rain jacket, a gilet, and some warmer gloves. And I didn't use a rain jacket, but there was times when I was on the limit. put it on or not.
Okay, yeah.
When you get tired, it wasn't especially cold, but when you get tired and low on energy, your body just kind of just feels the conditions more.
Yeah.
So like keeping warm saves energy basically.
How much are you changing your bike setup, like equipment for different races? I guess this race different to the Silk race or the Badlands or any other race? Or you just the same setup?
The same basis. So actually, I ran this bike at Battle on the Beach a couple of weeks back.
Okay.
The main difference was I ran some slightly lighter wheels, the carbon spoke version of these, and I ran 50mm tyres.
Okay.
No aero bars, and obviously no luggage.
So you've made quite a few tweaks then, aren't you?
Yeah, but the basis is still the same.
Yeah.
And then for something like Atlas or Silk Road or Hellenic, which are my 3 races this year, I'm running the Mason Macro, which is a mountain bike, and it'll be pretty much identical. It'll be mainly the luggage and equipment I carry.
What's your thoughts on the mountain bike gravel crossover that we see at the moment with mountain bike tyres and gravel bikes and mountain bikes with drop handlebars and all the other stuff going on? Where do you mean it's a great choice to have? So where do you see that personally for the riding you're doing, like gravel versus mountain bike?
Well, a lot of the events I do is a mountain bike, it's a hardtail.
Okay.
So yeah, there is some crossover, but when it depends where you are. I mean, this event you wouldn't really want to run a mountain bike because there's too much fast road and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's always a compromise. You're always chasing the best compromise because, like I said, there's so many different conditions within one race. But for me, mostly I'll be on a mountain bike on the bulk of my races I do.
Okay, cool. What's the next race on your calendar? What's after this?
So next up is the Hellenic Mountain Race in Greece.
Okay.
It's about 3 weeks from now.
And how long is that race?
I don't know how far it is. 1,000k maybe, 600 miles.
Okay.
But the elevation figure is quite frightening. There's no flat whatsoever, so it should be about 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully this is a good tune-up for that, and I can recover quick enough.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to be a miserable week riding around.
Well, good luck with that, and thanks for sharing your
Cheers.
bike and experience today.
Yeah, no worries.